Hi everybody, I'm Joseph Kurt. Welcome to the Joseph Kurt Show. Today is Monday, October the 7th, 2024. Well, since I was not doing the interview and doing the broadcast and doing the premiere in the last couple of weeks. Well, here I'm here talking about Western North Carolina. One that got hit by Hurricane Helene. That was that was about like the 27th in September. That was that was about almost 2 weeks, right? And then you got another hurricane coming that will hit Florida on Wednesday. The hurricane is Milton. Well, as we might said about about over a week ago, Hurricane Helene hit western North Carolina, hit East Tennessee, and hit East Western Virginia. But anyway, it just went bad. It got bad and it got flooded. We see flooding. We saw the wind. We saw the walls get breaking. The walls are get torn all to pieces. And the bridge, yeah, the bridge and the river getting flooded. The entire Asheville, North Carolina's got flooded. And then it's just, and I'm thinking about Western North Carolina. I'm thinking about the mountains, like me and my classmates. We used to went to the mountains. That was on November the 4th and 5th, 1998. We stayed up there. One of my classmates, it was Chris, Bobby, or Jeremy, Haley, and the rest of the classmates, Mary Ann, LaShawn Wade, and Chrissy Douglas, Daryl Cates, all my classmates, we all went to the mountains. We stayed there, it was great. Well, here we are up there, here they are up there from today. And yes, there was no hope. There was no hope. Over 100 people died here. That was on the September 27th. Now here we are. Now today, up there in the western North Carolina, it's just a mess. Now we had the donations since the Hurricane Helene, and that was happening, and it's happening. And the rescues, we got the rescues people turned in. It just went bad to, and then today went back to worse. Now we're going to the from rescue to recovery. Now the one test in Florida, where it's western North Carolina, that has been destroyed about over a week ago. Now Tropical Hampton leads tourist groups or whitewater rafting adventures along the Speedos stretches of the French Broad River just north of Asheville. On a recent afternoon, he had paddled a raft filled with two volunteers, a North Carolina State bowler or investigation agent and onion, a 6-year-old black German shepherd trained to detect human remains along the banks and tributaries of the river looking for bodies. The rat sped downstream with the current, then turned upstream to slide by a falling tree. Other stills picking up, her black paws piecing on the rat's bow. Hampton and the others paddled to the shoreline and let Onion jump out, her nose to the ground. Now, Hampton, a longtime river guide and volunteering at the local fire department, has linked his skills and reps and police to the desperate effort of recovering bodies from the catastrophic floods in western North Carolina. Since September 29, 2 days after the floods, Hampton and his team had paddled along miles of the French Broad River, and recovered multiple bodies. He declined to give the exact numbers, saying many of the victims had yet to be identified. Hunter follows on one self-imposing rule. He said that helps ease the pain of the medical test. I always think to myself, don't look at their face. Do not look at their face, he said. That's what really gets me. The floods unleashed in North Carolina and other states after Helene had led to one of the deadliest natural disasters in recent U.S. history, where at least 228 had confirmed deaths. 228 people have been confirmed dead across the Southeast, including 115 in North Carolina, and schools still missing. As flood waters recede, they reveal their victims across the mirroring landscape, bodies tangling in the roots, or over torn trees, under crushing roots, and scrambling cars, or reasoning riverbanks. And it's hard to tell folks, people, that some people do believe that a lot of people had died and they all survived in a serious storm. When Hurricane Helene hit in western North Carolina and in Asheville, they didn't know what's going on because what has happened here? Because of the storm that had hit. Since it started all the way to Florida, all the way back to Florida, from all the way back to Florida to North Carolina, western North Carolina, it just like this. I mean, it's devastating, very devastating. And you know what? It's just a sad, very, very sad thing. And it will take years and years and years to rebuild up there in western North Carolina. And we got another hurricane. Milton is on its way to Florida, Central Florida. It will hit Central Florida on Wednesday afternoon. So it's gonna get bad out here, folks. I just hope and pray for Western North Carolina and pray for Florida as well. Pray for all these. But thank God they had. I mean, it's just a bad idea. As you might know, it could be a bad day. It could be a bad day on Wednesday when Hurricane Milton hits Florida. For real. So people have to be waiting for it. We'll go to now. This is Western North Carolina, right? Now look at this. Now on last Thursdays of September, as Hurricane Helene was setting out on a path of destruction from Florida to the southern Atlantis, Kim and Rod Aspen stopped at the home they were building in Elevate Park, North Carolina. A light rain was falling, but the Aspens fell safe there. Repairers rising their second home about 20 feet above the ground near the Tennessee state line. Ken Asper's daughter, Jessica Menendez, recalled. 4 days before Helene made landfall in Florida, the National Weather Service in North Carolina warned for a historic combination of heavy rain, light threatened flooding and catastrophic landslide along the mountains, a system that moved into the air before Helene had already left the ground and rivers stranded. More than 10 hours before the hurricane will make landfall hundreds of miles away, the Greenville Bulletin Board, South Carolina, weather forecast of office predicted. It says this would be one of the most significant weather events to happen in the western portions of the region and the morning. On the morning of September 27th, their spirits were having breakfast when their home was swept away by the flood pond Elk River, and they were snapping a pistol as it was floating away, while Aspen immediately grabbed his wife and their 3 dogs. They clung to their old mistress at first, then to the section of wall that eventually broke apart, spreading them in the fast-moving, debris-strewn waters of going to America. That's the last time that he saw Mama. That he saw Mama, and then Miller said that that's the last time that he saw Mama. The last time anyone has seen Mama. Milligan said of her stepfather. He survived, telling family he wished for a tree branch to put himself through the water, and then went up and down the riverbank, calling out for his wife. More than a week after Helene living West Shores of western North Carolina, King Esper is among the hundreds of people still on continent for. He wants to find Kim, said Lord McGill, while Esper's daughter-in-law. More than 100 deaths have been recorded in the state. Overall, Helene has killed at least 231 people across 6 states. One of the deadliest hurricanes to strike the U.S. mainland in the last 50 years. More than 300,000 people remain without power in Georgia and the Carolinas, Sunday even, with more than 140 customers impacted in North Carolina alone, according to power outages.us. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden has directed an additional 500 troops to western North Carolina to assist with ongoing recovery efforts as the hard-hit region continues to struggle in Helene's wake. The deployment comes after Biden directed 1,000 troops to help with response and recovery efforts last week. There are also over 6,100 National Guard and more than 7,000 federal personnel on the ground helping with recovery efforts, according to the White House. So this is a loss of life, and it's just a bad idea, but it is what it is. It's happening, folks. The community has been wiped out. It has been wiped out. There is no Rose Hill in North Carolina anymore. It has been wiped out. And the whole stuff that has happened for us, I mean, it's just bad. It was really bad what's happening now. You can't survive. You can't just get out. You couldn't. Because the tornadoes, the hurricanes, all stuff, it went so fast. Heavy rain and flood. Rivers being overflowed. And now we got over 230 killed. Now, here's the update of hurricane. But Hurricane Milton is going to hit Florida. Now, look at this. Now, Hurricane Milton has been rapidly intensifying in the Gulf of Mexico, reaching a maximum winds of 175 miles per hour by 2 p.m. today. We had not seen a Category 5 storm this strong in October since Hurricane Wilma in 2005. The powerful storm is heading for the west coast of Florida, set to make landfall as a major hurricane, Wednesday evening, just 2 weeks after Hurricane Helene, just 2 weeks after Hurricane Helene hit the scene area. On Monday, Milton went from Category 1 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 90 miles per hour to a Category 5 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 175 miles per hour. And this was all over the course of 10 hours. The term rapidly into fraction refers to when a storm's maximum sustained winds increase by at least 35 miles per hour within a 24-hour period. Milton's winds increased by double thresholds in less than half the time. Now at 2 p.m., Category 1, 90 miles per hour. 5 a.m., Category 2, 100 miles per hour. 7 a.m., Category 3, 120 miles per hour. 9 a.m., Category 4, 150 miles per hour. And at noon, Category 5, 160 miles per hour. Now as a Category 5 storm, Milton is set to approach just north of the Luskin Peninsula, and hurricane force winds extending 30 miles from the center of the storm, while tropical storm force winds extending out 80 miles from the center. Storm surge up to 6 feet is set in these areas. Rainfall of combination between 2 and 4 inches are likely, with location total up to 6 inches. Hurricane and tropical storm warnings are in effect. Now, as you might say, as the hurricane moves past the peninsula, Milton will encounter less favorable conditions for development as it approaches Florida. It will face strong wind chill and downward air, which will lead to some weakening of the system. However, it is still forecast to remain a major hurricane when it makes landfall in Florida on Wednesday evening. As likely as a strong Category 3. Hurricane watches are already in effect from Canada Key to England City, with tropical storm watches extending north toward Portuguese and south to the Keys. I'm gonna go for this and I'm gonna be out here. Now storm surge watches are in effect for the Summer River in the north, all the way down to Florida in the south. When Milton is set to make landfall, the storm surge is forecast up to 12 feet, with Tampa Bay extended to see a surge between 8 and 12 feet. These are extremely dangerous, life-threatening conditions. On top of the storm surge, Milton is set to bring a sustainable amount of rainfall to Florida. Totals will range between 5 and 10 inches for many, with some isolated totals exceeding a foot of rainfall. My goodness. This amount of rain can lead to an extent amount of flooding, including river flooding and flash flooding. Most of Florida is under a flood watch, and it's gonna be underwater. My goodness, and this is all coming to the area that has only just started its recovery from Helene. The dirt on any storm causing interdigital damage is terrible, but for a storm of Milton's magnitude, devastating. My God, I hate to say this, but Lord, if we people in Florida, if we haven't known, you need to get out of here now. Get the hell out. Get the hell out. Cause this storm Milton is coming to Florida. My goodness, please, everyone in Florida, stay safe out there. Until then, I'm Josh Cook. Peace out, everybody.